Okay, let's start the video. And I just update on the Powerball drawing on my last video that nobody won the Powerball. It's going to be about 500 million. But we know it's going to grow. So once again, this year is the highest jackpot for any game is the Powerball. And as you can see, that the two $1 million was given to a small county in New York, the Staten Island County, which they hit 2 times in one shop. So maybe the guy want to play quick pick, and he used a quick pick to play it again. So that's why they hit $2 million. So they were buying they're buying the same number. So once again, you're gonna ask yourself the question: is it worth to play the same number more than once, or is it best to play different numbers? So what I mean by that is you can buy one combination 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, total $10, or play 5 different combinations for a total of $10. But here we see that playing one combination more than one, playing one combination again is worth it because they hit on the same combination that was played. So the guy played it, a quick pick, and used a quick pick probably to play it again. But let's look at the powerful system to predict the Saturday's Powerball system, which I still think that is predicting the Powerball correctly because numbers are in the Dster. We just need to figure out how to make the breakdown. We just need to break down to put the numbers in a single line because a lot of combination has been ruled out using the powerful system that was created. Now, this is the 495 million Powerball drawing. Using the IDCQ system, IRDCQ system, or the ICDCQ. My bad, ICD. It's the IDCQ system, IRDCQ system, or ICDCQ system for March 16 to March 20. So let's see which system will prevail. I'm going to announce the results soon. And the ICDCQ system is the newest system that is in play right now. But first, before we go into any of those systems for the Saturday's Powerball, which you can use that for Friday's Mega Millions also, but the Dster will just be different. You can donate to my channel, subscribe, follow me on Facebook. You can donate through Google Wallet or PayPal. And also remember, you can share my video, like my video, please do that, and use the closed caption on my video. Always remember, nothing is guaranteed, nothing will ever be, but always trust yourself. You can email me at hyper_linkster@yahoo.com for any private prediction. You can email me at hyper_linkster@yahoo.com once again. And remember, you can learn my illustration part 1 to part 7. Once you learn it, it's going to be easy for you to choose your winning numbers using the illustration part 1 to part 7. And these are all products. Remember, the secret code or the code Dster only works for every game, but the code Dster pair will not work for pick 3 or pick 4, pick 2 or pick 5. Now let's get started. We know that the Mega Million will be using this chart, but Powerball chart I haven't created yet. You can email me for the Powerball FCC chart. And since this is very, very effective, I'm bringing back the FCC chart for any game, Powerball, Mega Million, Pick 3, Pick 4, and any other game. We'll be using the FCC from now on. And remember, Lewis Lane haven't hit Mega Million for the last 10 draws. Lewis Lane. So using a breakdown, you might want to decide if you want to play Lewis Lane or not play Lewis Lane. And as we can see, that Robinhood hit 62, has hit 2 draws ago. Robinhood finally hit the draw when I announced that Robinhood hasn't come out yet. And here's the Mega Million for last Powerball, and we know that every number in the Dster, the 18, the 36, 45, 47, 69 is not in the Dster, but 14 can be used in the blue box, and G3 is the hot quadrant. And let's look at the newest system. Let's see which system will prevail for the 495 million Powerball quadrant system. Which quadrant system will prevail for the 495 million Powerball drawings? And infinite Dster quadrant system is the IDCQ system, and the infinite reverse Dster quadrant system is the IRDCQ system. And the Dster quadrant system is the ICDCQ system, infinite Dster quadrant system. The breakdown of the Powerball will determine which system will prevail, or if all systems can be used to pick the winning number for Saturday's drawing. So you want to see where the numbers are in. You might want to test out all 3 systems to see which system has the winning numbers, or if your number match in all 3 systems are in the same section, you may want to pick that also. Because we know that those systems will have different numbers. And the Dster quadrant system will only focus on the quadrants that the Dster is in. So if that number, if that Dster is not in those quadrants, that quadrant will not be used. So the infinite Dster quadrant system focuses on all 4 quadrants. Infinite reverse Dster quadrant system focuses on all 4 quadrants also, but it focuses on the quadrant after you reverse the number in each line. And the infinite Dster quadrant system will focus on the quadrant that has the Dster. So if all 4 quadrants has the Dster in it, then you use all 4 quadrants. If only 1 quadrant has a Dster, you use 1 quadrant. If only 2 quadrant has a Dster, you use 2 quadrant. And if 3 quadrant has a Dster, you use those 3 quadrant that has Dster in it. So let's start with the infinite Dster quadrant system for March 16 to March 20's prediction. And the number that was predicted using the Dster for Saturday's drawing and next Wednesday drawing are 53, 404, 694, 252, and 902, 5276, 1173, 28588. And you can also use the infinite Dster quadrant system when you reverse the number. So it will be called IRCDCQ system. And let's look at the number. So as you can see, the first line will be 53404, second line will be 694252, third line 902, 5276, 11732, 8588. And the code Dster is 34, which appears 2 times in quadrant 1. And we know that the code Dster appearing 2 times in quadrant 1 is the red number. So any number that using those digits will be red numbers. And we know that the Dster has all the digits from 0 to 9. And we know that the obvious number in the Dster is 2552. Why? 25, 25, 25, 3 times, 25 4 times, 25 5 times, 25 6 times, 25 7 times. So 25 appears 7 times in the Dster, as well as 52. So you might want to see that. That might just be the highest coordinates in the Dster, highest frequency number in the Dster. 25 and 52. Now for the red number, we know that 34 appearing 2 times as a red number, 40 appearing 2 times as a red number, 42 appearing 3 times as a red number, which is the highest frequency red number so far as 42 and 24 appearing 3 times, 49 appearing 2 times. 40 also appears 3 times, and 04 appearing 3 times as a red number also. So 40, 04, 25, 24, 42 are tied in the first place, having the highest frequency as a red number. So you might want to pick those also. 34 and also 43 is a red number that appearing 2 times. So most of the red number have more than one frequency, but the number that just have one frequency, as we know, 44, 35, 36, 39, 53, 63. Those are red number with one frequency. So this is the IDCQ system. Now let's look at the IRDCQ system. Now when you reverse the number, in each line, it'll become 404, 435, 252, 496, 6725, 209, 8858, 23711. And let's see where the winner numbers are. Now, when you reverse the number, the code Dster 34 is in between quadrants now. Not only that, the number in the blue box going down, the first out was 4268, now it's 5691. 4268 now becomes 5691. So as you can see, there are many changes, as you can see, and we know that numbers are different. Remember the 99 that was in the first spot over here, and when you reverse the number, the 99 over here has been shifted. So there are major changes in the system. So even though numbers are similar, the numbers are not in its usual position than before. They're probably in between quadrant now. Like the 34 was in quadrant, now become in between quadrants. So things change, things do change. And why does things change? Remember where the 32 is. The 32 was supposed to be not a red number in the IDCQ system. No, 32. Now when you reverse the number, 32 becomes a red number. So there's major changes to the IRDCQ system. So now let's see what system will prevail. And we know that 2552 is still the highest number frequency in the IRDCQ system. So that's too obvious. So you might want to see if that number will come out. Using the breakdown, that number becomes obvious. So you want to start with the obvious number first, which is 2552, and you can debate to see if that number is worth to play. Because that was the obvious number, because a couple of times obvious number did hit on the Mega Million or Powerball. Now, this is the IRCQ IRCDCQ system, IRCDCQ system, because I wasn't using the Dster for the infinite Dster. I was using the codester for the infinite reverse Dster, so I gotta add the R in the ICDCQ system. If you're using the regular Dster, you would have just to use this quadrant to pick all your random number. Now, since I'm using the IRCDCQ system, and the codester number is in between quadrant, I am only using the 2 quadrant that has a codester number in it. So the bottom quadrant is all phased out. That's what I mean by using the codester quadrant system. Depends on where the codester is. Since I'm using the reverse Dster and the codester is in both quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, I'm only using these 2 quadrants for this system to pick the winning number, and the bottom number of all phased out and that cannot be used. But the blue box on these 2 can still be used, so except for this one because there's no number in these quadrants. So I'm only using quadrant 1 and quadrant 2, and they're still in between quadrant numbers. Now, when you use the infinite reverse codester quadrant system, you still have highest frequency number, and we know the highest frequency number in this is, well, still be 25 and 52. Appearing 2 times as a black number, 20 and 02, and the highest frequency number combined with red number and the black number is 24, 42, 24, 24, 24, appearing 3 times. So now you see the difference between those 3 systems, and we know that as a red number, 24, 42 appearing 2 times, and 45, 52 also appearing 2 times, and 34, 43 also appearing 2 times are the highest red number in the frequency. And the only number that appears 1 time as a red number is 32, 35, 53, 39 for the IRCDCQ system. And you might want to tell yourself, just use an ICDCQ system. So if you do that, you only use 1 quadrant to pick your winning number, and we know that using 1 quadrant to pick your winning number will be very, very hard. So that means you have to use all these 6 numbers only to pick your winning combination, and there's not a lot of numbers using these 6 digits. So instead of doing that, for that draw, I use the IRCDCQ system. Instead of the ICDCQ system, I use the IRCDCQ system. And email me how to use these systems correctly. If you email me, I will show you how to use these systems correctly. And you know that all these systems is coming to one focal point, the coordinate quadrants. It's all about the coordinate quadrants. That's the main theme of this system, the coordinate quadrants. Without the coordinate quadrants, this system is just a regular normal system. But this is makes it so great and so timeless is the coordinate quadrant, adding to this infrastructure of this theme. So remember what I said, to use only certain quadrant to pick the winning numbers? That's what I mean. Focusing on only the codester quadrant to pick the winning numbers. And we're going to do that starting this Saturday's draw, only using the codester quadrants. So I went from using the codester 5 by 5 box or 4 by 5 box to using the whole quadrant, to using the codester system, picking 1 right number in the system, to picking half a quadrant, or simply 1 quadrant, 2 quadrant, or 3 quadrant, and not use all the quadrant to pick your winning numbers. So how do we do that? We use the codester quadrant to pick our winning number, and we finally did it. Finally came down to one positive theme to focus on one quadrant or the Dster quadrant to pick our winning combination. So these three systems will be revealed as we come to Saturday's draw, and you might want to email me for these using the Mega Million. Also, will be sent out using the Mega Million. Mega Million will be developed using all these three systems also. But before I go, you can subscribe, donate, follow me on Facebook. You can also share and like my video. And please remember, nothing is guaranteed, nothing will ever be, but always trust yourself.